I'm John McDowell. I'm here to talk to you today about something that I enjoy a lot. It's a popular video game by the name of Dota 2, which is Defense of the Ancients. It was made by Valve and it came out in 2012. And I'm going to tell you today about it, three things. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of the history, how you play it, and how you play one of my favorite characters. So to start out, the history of Dota starts way back in the late 90s with a game called StarCraft, which was made by Blizzard. It was originally a mod called Aeon Flux, and in that game you controlled a hero unit and you just kind of played around with waves of units. But it wasn't until someone by the name of Steve Freak came along and he started developing it with the release of Warcraft 3. It started off as a mod, which means that it was created by players. It didn't have any backing by the company itself, and from there it was developed by multiple people. People came and made their own mods for it, and there are many different variations of what Dota was. But it wasn't until he made Dota All-Stars, which came out, and it's kind of standardized the format. And from there, it kind of branched off into a bunch of different little games. You had the first release, which was a game called Demigod. Then you had other releases such as League of Legends, Heroes of New World, and until Valve came along and made Dota 2, which is the official continuation of the Dota thing and the first time that Dota itself was supported by developers. And you can find all this online. A good resource for that would be Eurogamer.net, an article by Paul Dean, which came out in June of 2014, and it's called The Story of Dota. Now I'm going to tell you about the game itself and how you play it. And what it is it's a team strategy game. It's a 5-on-5, which is the most popular game mode, which is usually all pick. There's many different game modes about it. You have all pick, random draft, a single draft, and captain's pick, which are the popular game modes. All pick is each player on each team gets to pick their own character, which are based on World of Warcraft characters, different little hero units. You can pick. You have your strength heroes, your intelligence heroes, and your ability heroes. And you have a random draft where the game picks for you. You have single draft where you get to pick from a pool of 3. And then you have captain's draft where there is a captain in each team that picks your heroes for you. Now the goal of this game is you have 5-on-5. Each guy picks their own hero, and you fight in 3 lanes. You have your top lane, your middle lane, and your bottom lane. The top lane is usually your solo guy because one usually goes up there to maintain control. Your mid lane has one person in the 2, and your bottom lane usually has 2. And the last guy is usually in the jungle, which are various little camps of bad guys that you have to go around and kill for buffs, which make you stronger, or just more gold to help you get your items faster. And the jungle usually helps out the lanes by jumping in and helping you fight the other team. The objective is, though, at each base, which are on opposite sides of the maps, you have creeps come out. These creeps are little NPCs, which are non-player controlled guys that come out. Each lane, there's a wave of them. So every 30 seconds or so, a wave comes out in each lane and it pushes down. And the same thing happens for the other team. And on the way, there are towers. Your objective is to take out the towers, to work your way to the enemy base, and so you can destroy their ancient, which is why it's called Defense of the Ancients. Your goal is to defend against it. And your goal is, with your hero, to push the waves of creeps down to their base and fight the other enemy heroes. Now, where this differs is it's called a MOBA game because it's a multiplayer online battle arena. Well, it's an RPG too, so you're controlling your heroes and they have abilities each. And you buy gear to help you either boost those abilities or to help you in the fights against the enemy team. So as you're doing that, you fight the heroes, and you basically just work together to keep pushing the creeps into enemy base so you can take out their towers and win the game. And there's different stages to it. You got your starting, which is just everybody's in their own lane, and they're just trying to build up gold, which you use by killing the little NPC creeps to buy your items and kind of generally poking at people. Then it starts moving into what's called the ganking phase, where your jungle comes around or your mid lane, and they hop in the lane to help you fight. Then you start getting into your end stage, which is your team groups up, and then push lanes together, and they get into team fights. And it's from there that you push into the enemy base and win. And that's basically the gist of the game. You just help your creeps win, you level up, you help push your creeps, and your creeps push into the enemy base, and you destroy them. And now I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite characters to play. He's a guy called Pudge. Now Pudge is an abomination, so he's kind of like Frankenstein's monster. He's all stitched together with other little parts, carries around a big hook. And he's just always been my favorite because he has 4 abilities that are really fun to play, and he's a strong character. His first ability is called Meat Hook. It's where he throws his hook out, and it captures, if you hit the enemy, it pulls them back to you. It's a cool move because you can just, it's fun to play with too, because the enemy guy can be running around, you throw your hook. You time it just right, he's running away, you hook him, he pulls you back into the fight, and you get to kill him for the goal. And you also have another ability called Rot, which is your character rotting away, but it drains your health too. And it does damage over a specific area around your guy, so any enemy in that area takes damage. And he also has another ability called Devour, which when you get somebody in, he starts eating the enemy, and it allows them to heal and stuff. So he's a pretty powerful character because how you can disable other heroes. Because when you do hook them, they can't move. When you do devour them, they get stuck to you, and your teammate can help you pick them off. Scary. And typically you buy items to help you. Since Pudge is a strength hero, you'd buy strength items. You'd buy regen items because his moves do damage his health, his own self. And you would buy health items too to help bring the health up. See, what I like to do is, one of the basic items I do buy first is called a bottle, which allows you to store health and mana into one place. You can use that as charges. And from there I go buy boots, which allows you to move around faster, and I upgrade those boots until either I need mana or more health. And from there I usually buy the heart, which is a really good regen item. It regenerates your health. I think it's about 1% for every second. And he's a good mid champion because he's good on one-on-one, and he's a good ganker, which means he can jump in the other lanes to help out. And that's why I do enjoy playing him. I get that off, and it depends on who you're up against, who you build, so I use Dota Fire as a good resource to go to. That's where I pull a lot of my build information from. And so that's a little bit about Dota. It's a game I really enjoy. It's got an interesting history because of how recent it is for a genre of video games. It's interesting mechanics for how you have to work together with your team. It's the same map that everybody plays, you have to work through that. And there's a little bit about my favorite hero. I enjoy playing them a lot, and I hope that gives you the resources to go and give them a try yourself. Cool.
Do I press it to stop it?
Yeah.
I think I did.
Okay.
That was cool.
Cool.
How long was that?
9 minutes.
Wow.
That's what I was. Did you see my hand? I was giving you, but then we got to 5.
So much more relaxed. Yeah.
It's something I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No sweat for it this time.
No.
Hopefully I have 5. I can try to tell her it's 5 people because I got 4 people watching the one with the cameras.
Well, who
Yeah.
else would be recorded? So that proves that there's 5.
Yeah.
There's somebody
Now I know what you do.
Cool.
Yeah, they've tried watching me sometimes. They're like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, great. modern technology.
Cool, you might, if you wanna check it and make sure it's
I got a
okay.
love-hate
No, it's all good.
relationship with it. Are we good?
Oh, you're still recording.
Oh, I touched it.
Oops.